People have a problem getting their chickens to come to them. I have a problem just walking. You would think I starved these chickens to death, wouldn't you? They've got feeders full of feed all over the place. Plus this morning I gave them extra grain because, it's a little chilly in the mornings now. And I'll give them a little extra grain at night because it's chilly. Oh, some black oil sunflower seeds and oats and corn soaked. I usually soak it because it's easier for them to digest it. But that creates a little body heat, and now they've got a lot of leaf litter they can scratch through, find bugs and worms and all this stuff. It's getting hard to tell the laying hens from the teenagers, isn't it? They're beginning to look like the laying hens. Oh, I can't hardly wait for those olive eggers to start. I will be able to identify their eggs for sure. With these Isa Browns, you don't know what hen laid what egg because they all look alike. Well, those two have a little bit different tint to them. Hey, that very well, it might just have a heavier bloom on it, but it looks like it could be one of the Rhode Island Reds. I can't ever catch. One of them has just started laying on the ground, and I got 4 or 5 nests in the coop. Plus I got 2 outside nests. That's 2 I found on the ground today. Because if they can't get in that one nest in there, they hold it as long as they can, drop it anywhere. I don't like that. I like my eggs clean right out of the nest. I don't like to have to wash them. See that Rhode Island Red there? She's as big and probably will be bigger than these Isas when she's fully matured. I don't know their hatchery stock, so if it was the old heritage breed, I'd say, oh yeah, she'd be quite a bit bigger than them. See, there ain't a hen out here I can't reach down and pick up except the old black ones. These all think I'm a rooster, I reckon. One of them pecked me in the eye the other day. If I hadn't have blinked about the time she pecked, I would have probably lost an eye to a chicken. That's not funny, really. That's going to be a good size olive egger there. Look. And if it ever crows, I'm going to be upset. It's a female. But it's been singing an egg song, so yeah, it's a female. Yeah, that Rhode Island Red there, see her comb? Just a little bit darker red, and we can say, oh, she is fixing to put some eggs in the basket. That one under there. The Amberlinks are maturing slower than any of these chickens. I really don't know what they crossed to get them. I looked it up, but at my age, if you didn't look it up today, you don't remember. Well, in my case, now, not everybody, I don't reckon, is as forgetful as I am. I thought the freezes we've been having, and thank God for them, it's been a long time since we had a normal winter. I thought the freezes we was having would have killed all this. It did burn some of the lettuce leaves, and it did kill a few of the little bitty onions that had just, hadn't got very big. It burnt them off. But everything else seemed to have survived it okay. And I had just transplanted those collards, and they did look wilted, but they have popped back and looking all right, so I'm not going to worry about them. I've been pulling up a lot of that clover there and giving it to them. They're starving for something green. If they could reach these leaves off this apple tree, I'm pretty sure it would be naked. And I had them some alfalfa in here, and the only way they'll eat it is if I wet it. And then they only eat the bits that they like and leave the rest. There's not a whole lot to talk about. I got 17 chicks in my utility room under heat lamps, actually just under a lamp. the heat lamps is too much. I'm hoping, I looked at the weather forecast, we're going to have freezing temperatures Sunday night, so some of them are 2 weeks old, some of them close to 3, some of them just a few days. I was hoping to be able to put the oldest ones out here in this, I call it a tent house now because of all the covering I got on it, but I was hoping to put them out here with a heat lamp. If I had it wrapped in the, could wrap it and then close it with the tarp, I could probably do that, but then I worry about the heat lamp catching the bedding and on fire, because those heat lamps get pretty warm. They scare me. So I'll probably keep them in the utility room until they get big enough and feathered enough that they can survive the cold. Shouldn't have never. I ran off to Rural King because I had one tiny little chick hatch by itself. And it was going to be weeks before I had another hatch. And that little chick cried and cried and cried and cried. So I thought, well, it won't never live on its own by itself. So I ran to Rural King, and they had a bunch of breeds that I thought I would like to own. And I even asked the Lord to help me, help me when I got in there, just to use common sense. And when I got in there and saw those chicks, I just went absolutely chick crazy. They're addictive. I'm warning you, if you ever start keeping chickens, they're addictive. I remember back many years ago when I was raising my kids, I probably had 40 or 50 chickens, because a new breed would hit the hatcheries and got to try that breed, But we always had plenty of fresh eggs and plenty of chicken, because we ate our chicken. We didn't eat the layers until they got, too old to lay. Look at them, they want something green so much. And they've eaten more of this than we have. And I'm going to give them some more. I ought to get that I put in the freezer last year, so I can make room for some fresh stuff in the freezer. I ought to get that and give it to them. Thaw it out and give it to them, instead of giving them the fresh. They would like it just as much. There you go, girls. And these dandelions, they love those things. Anything green. Except citrus, they don't care for that. But then it's not good for them anyway. They'll eat the onions. I didn't think they would eat onions. So I cropped the top off of some of those over there. Cropped a couple of tops off and broke them up and threw them in there just to see if they would eat them. They ate them. I hope my eggs now don't taste like onions. I've been selling them like crazy. Got seven or 8 dozen in the refrigerator now. I'm glad I sold those 3 layers to my niece, because I don't have a dehydrator. I don't have freezer space to freeze the eggs. I know you can go ahead and crack them into a bowl, whatever you're going to use for a recipe, or say you're going to have grits and eggs and bacon and toast for breakfast, and you know that there's 2 of you, and one of you is going to eat 2 eggs and one of you is going to eat 1. You can put 3 eggs in there, and Ziploc bag, pint Ziploc bag, and freeze them like that, and they're just fine when you take them out and out of the freezer. Let them sit out overnight on the counter in the bag, and the next morning you got your eggs for breakfast, or your eggs for, if you're going to make a cake, it calls for 3 eggs or 6 eggs, however many it calls for, and then you have bags with that many in it, and it works great if you've got freezer space. I'll get that out in a minute. I'm out of freezer space, and I've been trying to find a freezer to buy, and the places that normally carry them, you call them up and you get a message before you even get to talk to somebody that works in the place. You get a message saying we have no freezers and we can't get any freezers. So I don't even bother to wait and talk to a person. Not when they have that recording there. I guess I'm not the only one looking for a freezer. It's been a wonderful day so far, a wonderful Sunday. If my backyard looks like it's junked up, all those old platters and stuff you see back there they have a purpose. And I give them food scraps. The only way the young hens get any, or pullets get any, is if I put some in this and some in that and some in the other thing. So I got like 4 or 5 old platters and old plates and stuff that I don't use in the kitchen anymore. And I put some of it in all of it. That way everybody gets a little bite. If I put it all up and give it to you, there won't be any going back to replace this. It's not the time of year to plant it. It wouldn't germinate. The ground's too cold. Now that one light gray olive egg right there, oh, she is savvy, let me tell you. When I'm putting out something that these old big hens stop them from getting, she'll grab it and she'll grab her some and run with it. These Isa Browns are the pushiest. They're friendly, aggressively friendly. Chickens I've ever owned. I've never had chickens like them. My chickens have always been friendly. Well, I've had a rooster or two that would attack them. They never attacked me, but they would attack the kids. And naturally, if they attacked the kids, they didn't stay around too long. They got replaced. Leave that chicken alone. See how mean they are to other chickens? They're really mean to other chickens. Now they all sleep together at night in the coop with no fighting, and I don't understand that. I guess it's a food thing. There's a pecking order. It has to be established. It's sometimes hard to watch. Okay, I'm on. This has been longer than I anticipated or intended for it to be. See how they segregate? The young ones hang together and the Isas hang together, and the 2 old black hens over there hang together. They don't lay anymore. They're just eating feed. They're just here. One of them has just gone through a slow molt, and she's looking better. I am probably gonna dress them eventually, and this is the right time of year to do it. You won't get too hot. You don't have to worry about gnats and flies and all this stuff while you're dressing them. But and this used to be a easy thing for me, but you're more prone to be sensitive to all this when you get older. Now I can't hardly stand the thoughts of killing them, even though they're of virtually no use. They've outlived their usefulness. But then I think of myself, how am I going to be treated when I've outlived my usefulness? It's just a chicken. I may let them die of old age and let the whatever eats dead meat underground, because they'll be buried. I probably won't ever kill them. I probably won't ever dress them out. All right, everybody have a wonderful week ahead. And God loves you. If He didn't, He wouldn't have given you everything He's given you. The best gift He ever gave was His Son, Jesus. God bless.